Alright, good morning guys. This is take 2 of my audio. Take 1 obviously still not working. I was hoping that by compressing some of the video it would have worked out, but obviously it did not. So what we're doing is we're going to warm up by multiplying and adding negative numbers. So if I have a negative times a negative, what do I get? Well, a negative times a negative is a positive, and 4 times 3 is 12. Alright, let's try the same thing here. I've got a negative 7 times a negative 2. So what's a negative times a negative? Well, that would be positive, and 7 times 2 is 14. And for 3 and 4, just think about, maybe you put some money on a credit card, or you owe your friend some money. Maybe they bought you lunch. So let's say, my friend Luke is nice enough to buy me lunch, and on day 1 it costs $3. So let's say today he buys me lunch and it costs him $3. So I owe Luke $3. I have negative $3. And then here, the next day Luke buys me a Dr. Pepper. So that was $1. I owed him $3. Now I'm adding another dollar that I owe him. So now I owe him $4, or I have negative $4. And same thing over here. Maybe I'm returning the favor. Maybe we go out to Five Guys for lunch at work. Maybe I owe Chandler, or maybe I buy Chandler a $9 meal. And then on the next week, Chandler forgets his money again, so I pay for a $10 meal. So how much money does Chandler owe me? Well, he owes me $19, and if he has negative $19, I'm not going to forget that negative sign. So whenever you're multiplying negatives, the negatives cancel out, but whenever you're adding negatives, then you are going to keep that negative sign. Alright, and we're going to FOIL. The reason why I made you do that is because we're going to do foiling with a lot of negatives today. And I highlighted all these negative numbers because I wanted to make sure that we're focusing on keeping the sign with these whole numbers here. So I'll do my FOIL. I'll do my first product is x squared. X times x is x squared. Now let's multiply the inner two numbers together. So negative 2, that's why I highlighted. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Now sorry, that should have been, I screwed that up. It was outers first. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Now we'll do the inners. Negative 2x. And now we'll do the last. X times the last. Negative 2 times negative 3. So a negative 2 times negative 3. Negative 2 times negative 3. Negative times the negative is a positive. 2 times 3 is 6. So after I've done that, let's combine our like terms. So I've got these x's are like terms. So I'll say x squared doesn't change. Negative 3 plus a negative 2, or negative 3 minus 2, is negative 5x. So just like we saw earlier, maybe I owe Chandler $3, then I owe him $2 more. I owe him $5 in total, plus 6. Now let's see if I can do foiling correctly this time on number 6. So make sure you're slowing down. Very easy to make mistakes. First, x times x is x squared. Outer, x times a negative 6, negative 6x, inners, negative 4 times x, and the last, I have a negative 4 times negative 6. So negative times negative is positive. 6 times 4 is 24. So let's combine our like terms. Right in the middle here, I've got x squared. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10 plus 24. So I'd like you guys to pause the video and try these last two, and then we'll go through these together. So our first product here, let's do it in purple. First product, x times x is x squared. The outers, x times negative 5 is negative 5x. The inners, we've got negative 5 times x. And the last, negative 5 times negative 5. So negative times a negative is a positive, and 5 times 5 is 25. So then I've got like terms in the middle, x squared minus 10x plus 25. And same idea here. First is x squared. The outers, x times negative 3, negative 3x. Inners, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And the very last product, a negative times a negative is a positive. And 3 times 3 is 9. So I've got x squared. Here are my like terms. Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6x and plus 9. And down here we've got two more problems I'd like you to try. Pause the video and I'll scroll up here in a second to show you the answer. So I hope you have a great day. Sorry again for the audio issues. Glad they're fixed. So we'll see you tomorrow.